Welcome back. What are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4. Celebrate the birth of your child. Receive $5,000 from everybody. Sorry. Okay, I've built a bit of a lead. Oh, that's right, we're playing games, aren't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bonus. Receive $100,000 from the bank. Nice. What? The tables were turned in an instant. This background music is furious. 1, 2, 3. Proceed to the corporate ladder course. Whoa, that's a good route. It seemed like only my piece was landing on the steady spaces. I had doubts as to why Mion didn't bring out board games for club activities, but that reason was laid bare to me before my eyes. That's right, I had only realized it now. This game was completely based on luck. What could I possibly do to make sure I ended up in first place at the end? The ultimate outcome of this game was decided in a place beyond human hands. How were the other club members doing? My eyes naturally wandered off to the other tables. Mion's table was... what? They weren't doing anything? Had they still not decided on a game? This naive idea existed to distract me from the most frightening possibility. Mion was lounging about, leisurely holding some juice she bought from the vending machine outside in one hand. When our eyes met, she gave me a look of ease. It couldn't be. She'd already finished? What game was it? That easily? Board games are very serious business. It was probably too late to be concerned with that at this point. Only 5 minutes since we started, and her two opponents were already beyond recourse. They were sitting there, slumped over in disappointment. Same. Muttering to themselves, trying to figure out where they went wrong. For that, they'd find no answer. Was there any reason for their defeat other than they sat at the same table as Mion? Indeed. Then, what about Lena's table? The spectators were causing quite a commotion. It looked like their game was Karuta. The shop owner was apparently the one reading out the cards. Lena tended to dawdle along and space out a lot. Wouldn't she have a hard time with this game? I used to play that game a lot in my classes because the kids just loved it. It's so easy to make English games out of it. Then, I'll read it out. The dog gets tired on a walk. Whoa! Bam! Wham bam! At the same instant the shop owner began sounding out the words, the card in question disappeared off the face of the table. No, the face of the earth! Impossible! Where did it go? It was against Lena's cheek. What? She was rubbing it there. I'm sorry, what? How? So cute! I'm taking it home. Looking at the card Lena was rubbing against her cheek. Why? It was some anime-themed version of Karuta, with rather cute moe illustrations decorating the cards. Indeed. Basically, it was a picture of a pretty dog girl with a slightly large chest, panting and half in tears as she was being pulled along on a chain. Thank you for making me imagine that today. That was exactly what my day needed. With those types of pictures, even I could play with godlike speed. Of all people to play that game, it had to be Lena. It was entirely possible that her fingertips were on the verge of breaking the sound barrier. It's over. Mion smiled coolly. Seeing no further reason to keep watching, she turned back. So cute! So cute! Even if Lena wins, I'll still buy these cards. I'm taking them home. Oh. After that, the second the cards started being read out, bam, bam, such decisive sounds echoed. Well then, how about Satoko? Oh, she was playing a rather orthodox game. Concentration. Judging from the distressed look on Satoko's face, it seemed that she was struggling somehow. One of the main characteristics of concentration is that the pace of the game speeds up as it goes on. As the number of cards to memorize decreases, it becomes easier to match several pairs in a row. It wouldn't be exaggeration. Yes, to say that the first person to take over the flow of the match can run away as the winner. It wouldn't be exaggeration. The cards still in play had decreased. If you memorize the cards that had been turned over before, you should have a good chance to sweep the table at this point. Satoko probably knew the positions of all the remaining cards. However, her turn came a little too late. If her opponent followed up, the match would be decided. Hojo, sorry, but I'm also aiming for the prize money. Don't hate me for this. This guy. Did he have the locations of the remaining cards memorized? He was completely certain of his victory. The tension on his face relaxed. It's over. I whispered that in a bored manner as I turned my attention back to my own game. I spun the wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? No way! The Ace of Hearts should have been here! There was a commotion at Satoko's table as the shout rang out. The other two at my table turned around in surprise. These board games are terribly exciting, aren't they? I didn't. After all, there really wasn't anything to be surprised about. The onlookers were confounded, most of them certain that the Ace of Hearts should have been there. There's no way. I must be seeing things. It must have been because I was excited. So assured in his victory, the distress over his defeat ran deep. So poetic. That's how it is. If his opponent wasn't Satoko, then the Ace of Hearts certainly would have been there. What a fool. When you're up against Satoko, you can't let your guard down for a moment until the battle is over. Keiichi-san, you still haven't finished your match? You have no sense for these things. With a refined tone of voice reserved for only winners, Satoko called out to me. For the casual observer, it must have looked like she only eked out a victory. From my point of view, however, she was only playing around. The roles of winner and loser had already been decided. It was nothing more than child's play. The laughable part about it was that her opponent didn't know his role had already been assigned. Nice work there. Setting up a farce of a trap with the Ace of Hearts. My opponent only walked into one of my traps. Even then, one was more than enough. Satoko was a trapper. Strong Evan. Her true talent was never having one misfire. Setting off only one trap was more than enough? Ain't that cool. The fact that the other club members were winning one after another with their own brand of play only added to my impatience at my own lack of progress. Oh right, how was Rika-chan doing? How was our club's sly little fox doing? What the heck is that? Over in that corner, the mood at that table was decidedly different from the others. The game at Rika-chan's table was, you know that battery-powered fishing game? The one where the fish opened and closed their mouths as they rotated on the platform and you used a magnetic fishing rod to pick them up. That old thing. I had that game when I was a kid. I loved it. It seemed they planned on competing by seeing who could catch the most fish. But it had become an atmosphere you could hardly call competitive. Wow! I caught one! You're so good! Rika-chan, you're good at this! Oh my, she caught another one. Rika-chan is really good at this. I knew that Rika-chan had already charmed her opponents, along with the onlookers, before the matches had even begun, but brilliantly played. That corner had become an informal meeting of the Rika Furude fan club. It's Rika-chan's total victory. Total victory. Rika-chan's good at fishing, isn't she? What Rika-chan is trolling for probably isn't fish. Hearing that, she glanced over my way briefly. This is my way of getting serious. That's what I heard. This is a masterful technique that only Rika is allowed. Only Rika can do. Yeah, a masterful technique. Maebara-san, it's your turn. Oh, sorry. Guess it is. 1-2. Fined for tax evasion. Get wrecked. Pay $50,000. In contrast, my game. What an unseemly situation this was. Getteth wreckteth. Noticing the uneasiness creeping across my face, my companions came to see how I was doing. Huh. Keiichi-kun, could it be you're struggling? You're struggling? Okamura, right now, how much money do you have? Okamura, who had wrung lots of money out of the elite course, began to count through a stack of white $100,000 bills. About 980,000, I guess. How much money do you have, Tomita? I have 880,000. I'm still close enough to turn this around. Those two, it looked like they would easily surpass $1 million. Well, Kei-chan, how much do you have? Mion's tone of voice was grim from the get-go. It was her disappointment and disgust as club president. Keiichi's so bad at the game, she has nothing but disappointment and disgust. Understandable. It can't be helped. There's no strategy involved other than spinning the wheel in this game. How am I supposed to cheat? Tell those two to close their eyes and count to 100 while I rig the wheel? You know there's no way I can do that. Oh, Mion's about to grill him. Rika-chan gently pet my head. Still, she wasn't too happy. It's getting judged by everybody. My failings at a game. How pathetic. Pathetic. At one point, I thought you'd be a worthy adversary. Oh, they are not holding back. I've been utterly disillusioned. Get wrecked. Don't give up, Keiichi-kun. Oh, there has to be some way to make a comeback. Do your best. Somehow that feels even worse than being told that you're utterly pathetic. Right until the end. Like I said, how am I supposed to make a comeback with this game relying entirely on luck? Right, Mion? Mion's face, however, was almost unbelievably indifferent, like she was watching something completely unexciting. Yes, this game. She then turned her back without saying a word. Hey, me... It was a pathetic voice that irked even myself. I'm disappointed. Everybody was serious about this, but Kei-chan was the only one who wasn't. What do you mean by serious? Are you telling me to control the spinner through sheer force of will? Use the force, Kei-chan. How can I do that? If you were serious about it, you would have settled this game 10 seconds from when you started. Mii-chan, you don't have to get so angry. Wait. Mion, in a bad mood, cast me aside and disappeared into the depths of the shop. Now you've done it. Maybe it was because it had become an awkward situation, but the spectators dispersed from around my table. Damn it! Are you saying I'm not serious about this? Are you saying if I were serious, I would have settled this game of chance in 10 seconds? If I were serious? Everybody was praying for my victory. They believed in me. Did I betray their expectations? Was it because I wasn't serious? Ugh. Should we continue the game? The two of them were timidly trying to resume play. I didn't respond to that. The table sunk into silence. Mayabara-kun, should I take that to mean you're giving up? The owner, thinking I was forfeiting, started to announce the cancellation of the game. At that moment, Sonotoki, the demon inside me let loose a howl and awakened. It's like that picture of like the lone wolf, the man turning into the wolf and roaring at the moonlight in the sky. Nobody understands me, roar! I get it now, Mion. What it means for me to be serious. I'll show you! Bam! I clamped my hands on their shoulders, speaking in a low voice after pulling them closer. Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun, let's make a deal. Let me win. The two of them, not immediately understanding what I had just said or the meaning behind it, were momentarily confused. Hey, Mayabara-san, no violence. Let's settle this game properly. Just listen to what I have to say. What is it you guys want? The 50,000 yen prize? Well, of course. Winning that kind of money is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Even supposing you win, what are you going to do with that money? How are you going to enjoy it? The two of them considered it briefly. Buy a new game or something? Snacks? Maybe some juice? Heh heh heh. That's petty. So petty. Are you guys stupid? Heh heh heh. Then how will you enjoy it if you win, Mayabara-san? Me? That's the point. Just shut up and listen to what I have to say. We club members have a penalty game separate from the casual participants. If we lose, we have to obey a single command from the winner. From another point of view, the winner earns the prize of being able to order the other club members around. First of all, Tomita-kun, you like Satoko, right? Don't deny it. Next, Okamura-kun, you like Rika, right? Don't turn red. I drew the two of them, red-faced and conscious of whether anybody else had heard what I just said, even closer. Oh, lollies, moe, pretty girls, what men covet, what men dream about. It's like an unreachable Garden of Eden. They just had to make it creepy, didn't they? Even then, you'd still aim for it, wouldn't you? What? That's because our passionate souls scream for moe. Please stop. That sensitive age where you couldn't say you liked the girl you liked. Understanding that gave me all the more power. Tomita-kun, if I win, I'll make Satoko wear a collar and be your little sister for a day. I'm sorry, but that is absolutely supremely creepy. Psh! A red fountain spewed from both of Tomita-kun's nostrils. Also, Okamura-kun, I'll put cat ears on Rika-chan and let you take her out for a walk on a leash. Do they really have to? No. Don't. Psh! Blood erupted from the vein in Okamura-kun's forehead. You should probably get that looked at. That doesn't sound healthy. Don't be shy. Just pretend I forced you to go along with me. You two are simply sacrifices to Mayabara-senpai's whims. You can pretend to be against it. I understand. I know everything that your hearts desire. Then, I suddenly lowered the tone of my voice. My school life was very bleak. I know with my very body how foolish it is to waste such an important time in your lives. I'm sorry, what? So, to you, my juniors, I don't want you to live your lives like that. Be honest with yourselves. Chase your dreams. Fulfill them. I'll fulfill them for you. I will! It was this moment that the values of men bridged generations. Mayabara-san! Did I ever have a mentor who ever spoke my mind for me so strongly? Never. There was no way there was. That's because in a man's lifetime, he'll only have 3 fateful encounters. That valuable first time was being experienced right this moment with these 2. What? It's fine then. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Game over! It was such an assertive declaration of the game's ending that everybody in the store turned and looked. It had been less than 3 minutes since I was on the verge of forfeit and all the spectators certain of my loss. Keiichi-san, what happened? Who won? It was my complete victory. What did you say? Exactly how did you overcome that situation? There's no need to explain what happened. It was a gentleman's agreement. Right, guys? Yes, sir! The 2 of them, stifling tears of gratitude, answered strongly from the bottom of their hearts. Exactly what kind of miracle occurred here during those 3 minutes the spectators all looked away from my utter disadvantage? You did it! You did it, Keiichi-kun! Yay! The spectators were puzzled at how I was able to so quickly overcome that hopeless situation. That guy, is he able to control the spinner wheel with his eyes or something? It's a miracle! What devilry is this? He's in cahoots with that Mion, you know. There's no doubt he had some strange trick up his sleeve. I looked at the crowd, who couldn't help but be excited, out of the corner of my eye. Now fully awakened and in battle mode, I let out a derisive laugh. Yes, as we do. So this is what it means for me to be serious. Mion? Huh. You took your sweet time. Baring our fangs at each other, we laughed together in a most unsightly fashion. Ha 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 ha. With this, all the club members have cleared the first round then. Which means this time, it's a match against everybody. A match! I've already decided what I'm going to buy with the prize money. That's only natural, right? Satoko and Lena smiled, sneered at each other. These guys. Do they really think they can win against Keiichi Mayabara when he gets serious? Mion. That was a mistake. You shouldn't have offered me advice just now. Hehehehe. What a mewling newborn you are. You're a million light years too early if you think you can win against me. I love how sassy Mion is. Mion? Light years are a measure of distance. The face. Oh, she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed. Get wrecked. What are we doing, Mi-chan? How are the 5 of us going to face off? How? Well now. We have such a splendid lineup. It would be a waste to rush things. Mi is saying something complicated again. It couldn't be. Why you? Mion's hair flowed elegantly, almost like a cape, as she turned her back to the table. As for today's contest, I, Club President Mion Sonozaki, will reserve judgment for now. The method and time are yet undecided. The more spectators, the better. It should be in front of everybody from Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. By then, we'll know the best way to finally settle things. Are you running away from this? This is too unfair, even for you, Mion-san. Hehehehe. You newborn. Do you still not realize what has happened? The combative aura billowing out of Mion's body formed a barrier, stopping Satoko's advance. Yes. We'll meet again. Prepare yourself for your inevitable defeat. With a shrill laugh, Mion left the store. After a moment of silence, the crowd erupted into cheers. When will they resume the contest? Mion's serious. The other members did great too. That new guy, Mayabara, he's got some strange power. He turned the tables in an instant. Mayabara-san! You've got to win! Yeah! I'll dunk someone like Mion headfirst into the river Styx for ya. I was going to say Styx. It's reading too fast. The part of the crowd that had apparently overheard the covenant between Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun, and myself erupted into a cheer again. Mion's going to win anyways. She's the undefeated empress. I'm betting on Mion. No, it's going to be Rena with that ungodly speed. Satoko, the trap artist. Rika, the siren. It may be a long shot, but it'll be Mayabara. However, right now, I had no ear for those cheerful voices. Setting the stage for this huge match and then running away like that, I wasn't going to forgive Mion. Outside of the store, Mion was getting on her bike as the shop owner was seeing her off. Don't run away, Mion. If you're the club president, don't run. Fight me. Fight me! Oh, sorry, Kei-chan. Right now, I've got to get to my part-time job. Huh? Like you would see in a sketch comedy show, my legs slipped in opposite directions until I was doing the splits. Yes, a perfectly normal human interaction. Yeah, while you were playing your game, Mi-chan received a phone call. It's too bad. It was just getting good too. Not our lucky day. They're getting crushed at the sale over at my uncle's store. They don't have enough people to work the registers, so he called me for help. When you say your uncle, does he manage a supermarket or something? It's just a small store, but whenever you put stuff on special, all the housewives swarm in like locusts. What? That's so rude. Don't they have any common sense? Mion. Even though they don't have enough staff, they're selling a carton of eggs for 10 yen. Yo, what? Limit 1 per customer. Yo, I'm swarming the supermarket like a locust if I can get a carton of eggs for 10 yen. What? Yes? I was a little surprised. You would never think that this was the club president exuding such a dark aura inside the store just a short time ago. It was the usual Mion right now, almost exasperatingly so. Exasperatingly. My shoulders slumped. That's right, club mode was over now. But it was really heated today. It really was fun. Damn Mion, she really knows how to fire people up. Wink. Me too. I got so fired up my head started to tingle. Might want to get that looked at. Especially Kei-chan. That was scary. I thought he was going to eat me alive there. It's work, so I guess there's nothing you can do. But it really is too bad. I really want to continue this some other time. Any time is good. How about we do it at the Watanagashi Festival? Watanagashi. The cotton drifting 5-demon firefight. Say that 5 times fast. A cotton drifting 5-demon firefight. That's right. I'll think about it. Right now, what were Rika-chan and Mion talking about? Watanagashi Festival. Cotton drifting 5-demon what? Same. Ah ha 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 ha. I love it when things turn out all over the top and manga-like. Indeed. It would be nice if we could have another thrilling club activity like this soon. She laughed with a smile that made you feel refreshed just looking at it. At that moment, the shop owner came out carrying a paper bag. I wonder what it is. Is he giving it to us? Thank you everybody for today. Thanks to you, the event went really well. It's not much, but here's a little something for you guys. Nani nani nani? Hey, Uncle Yoshiro, isn't there a little something for me too? My. Quite an adorable one, is it not? When Satoko and Nika-chan opened up the bag, there were cute little stuffed animals inside. Oh! Wow, they're so cute! Can I take them home? I really can? Which means there's something for me too? Oh. I got a pretty adorable one. It was a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress, one you'd use to play house. Nena's eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Satoko was the same, and Rika-chan too. Ahahaha. Kei-chan got the one that fits him the least. How do I say this? I could say it's pretty or cute. Well, I guess it's cute and pretty. I can admit, it's adorable. But a doll with changeable clothes is If you walked around with it, then you'd be treated like a weirdo starting tomorrow. Definitely. Wait, why starting tomorrow? Why would I not be treated as a weirdo today? I have questions. Mion didn't have to go that far. This wasn't something a guy like me should be carrying around. Mion was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her. However, after briefly considering, I gave it to Lena instead. Okay, we're going to end this episode here. We finally got through the games at the toy store. It's still in the, what do you call it, like the introduction part where we're building up to the horror. The horror was having to sit through all those board games. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you again next time. See ya.